Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We got the charting, live charting in the building. You know what I'm saying? Alchemist, what up? What's up, Alchemist? How you feeling? Best Beezy, what's up? John McKinney, how you feeling? What up, Chaos? How's everybody doing? Hey, listen, y'all. Let's make sure, whether it's the replay or you guys are just tuning in, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. Every single day, I drop a video about the stock market, about finance, and then also I go live in the evening time and we talk about the stock market. All right. We talk about the stock market. We talk about setups. We talk about the analysis of the market. We talk about everything. All right. So every single evening, I'll be on. Sometimes it'd be like 5:30 or 6 Pacific, but I'm always on here, right? So if you guys are just tuning in, say what's up in the comments and also like this video. All right, let's make sure by the end of this video we get this video to 100 likes. All right, 100 likes by the end of the time that we get off on this live, y'all. All right. Pamela, what's up? How you feeling? QTZ, what up? What's up, Shali? What up, what up? Mark Quinn in the building. Genesis, what's up? A. Watkins, what's up? A. Watkins, how you feeling? What up, Brittany? Right? What's up, what's up? Davita, how you doing? How you doing? Hope everybody is well, man. What else we got? What up, what up? What up, Mr. Colorado? How you feeling? How you feeling? Hey, shout out to all the support, man. Shout out to all the love. I appreciate y'all. All right. So look, we about to just get into it. I don't want to waste y'all time. Okay. Y'all already know when I sit back, right? When I sit back and I put the laptop on my lap, we about to get surgical. All right. So just know if I'm sitting like this, right? If I'm sitting like this, we got to talk about something. But the second I grab that laptop and then I sit back, oh, we about to go to surgery. All right. So yeah, just know that's the cues, okay? So, hey, this is nothing in this video is gonna be financial advice. All right, nothing is financial advice. All I am is a random guy on the internet, and I'm just talking, right? But nah, seriously, nothing is financial advice. If you guys want real, professional financial advice, go see a licensed financial advisor. Okay. But what we about to do is we about to analyze the market. We about to see what happened in the market today. We're going to see what's going on tomorrow. Okay. Bay to a Clay. What's up? What's up? How you feeling? So yeah, y'all. Okay. I'm good, Davita. It was a good day in the market. All right. So listen, be sure to like this video if you guys have not. All right. Let's get this video to 100 likes by the end of the time that we get off on this live. All right. So what's up, Doc? How you feeling? Let's get it, y'all. We're going to go to the charts real quick. And then we're gonna find some setups. You already know we're going to start with the SPY. Okay. We're going to start with the SPY and then we're going to go over IWM. All right. Every single day, this is the routine now, right? When we get on these lives, this is the routine, right? I let people flow in here first. After they flow in here and we get a little bit of, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of conversation real quick, we're going to go over SPY, we're going to go over IWM, all right? And then once we understand SPY and IWM, what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to go over individual stock setups after that. And then if y'all got any stocks that y'all looking at or y'all want me to analyze, you drop them in the comments and then we go over that. All right, what's up, Angie? How you feeling? What's up, Juiced Up? I like that name, Juiced Up. All right. So that's the flow of these lives. I'm going to give you guys levels. I'm going to give you guys support and resistance. All right. So don't even worry about that. Okay. If y'all got questions, put them in the comments. All right. And the last thing I'm going to say is, who made money today? All right. Who made money? If you made money, put it in the comments. All right. If y'all made some bread in the stock market today, put it in the comments. All right. If it was ANET, put it in the comments. If it was IWM, put it in the comments. If it was Google, put it in the comments. I know Google came to the downside. All right. And we're going to talk about Google coming to the downside, but we was all prepared for that. All right. But if you made money in the stock market today, right, put it in the comments. All right. I like seeing when y'all win. Okay. I love seeing when y'all win. All right. Like this video and let's get it popping. Okay. So we got SPY, right? Andrew said, I made money with SPY. What's up, Eleanor? What's up, TDW? QTZ, she made 18% on IWM. Is it better to trade SPX or SPY? I mean, a lot of people trade both. There's no one that's better. It's just more so like, what do you prefer? That's like saying, is it better to trade NVIDIA or Google, right? They both stocks. They're going to move. They're sensitive to news and data and stuff like that. They're indexes. So, I mean, everybody going to have their thing. That's why you got to just find your thing. You got to find what you like and what works for you. All right. She said, I hit IWM and SPY today. There you go. There you go. I just started using the strat today. Game changer. About to take my guy. I'm telling you, Baytu Clay. I'm telling you, that strat ain't nothing to play with. Vincent made 22% on IWM. Traded SPY twice. 25% each trade. There we go. What's up, Ashley? How you feeling? IWM for 9%. Okay, John McKinney. All right. All right. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. All right. So look, this is what we said. So if we go to SPY, right? Yesterday, what did we say? We said, I ran that put once it ran, blew that 684 level you put on them. Yep. That's how we get down, bro. Right? Every day. Every single day. Google puts. Yeah, Doc, you be eating. I saw them Google puts. All right, y'all. All right. So look, we got SPY right here. We got SPY right here, right? So on the daily time frame, what did I tell you guys, right? Email said I hit 1,300 on SPY today. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. These are real things. These are real numbers. These are real results, right? So shout out to everybody getting to the money. All right, so we got SPY, right? So look, yesterday I said puts below 684.61, right? What up, Reggie? 684.61. It closed at 683.63. It came all the way down to 681. All right. So I said 684.61, right? Let's go to the 30-minute. Excuse me. So let's see where the SPY came down to. All right. I said 684.81. That was right here. Okay. It got below here, and look what happened, right? Dropped. All right, you could have got in a little bit earlier, but 684.81, that's a pretty safe bet. Okay. So go back to the daily. I told you guys, I said we are in a supply zone, right? Sellers are active in this area. Right? So because sellers were active in this area, that's why we sold off, right? It's simple, right? The game is simple, y'all. We in a supply zone right here, right? Sellers are active. We gapped up. We sold off. It's that simple, right? So now we on a 2-down candle on the day. So we hit a 2-2 bearish reversal, right? 2-2 bearish reversal right here, okay, on a daily time frame. Now, I know that most people will probably be like, yeah, it's going to come down tomorrow again. I'm going to swing puts. But we got to be careful, right? Here's why we got to be careful, y'all. All right? If you look on a daily, I want you to pay attention, right? Look on a daily right here, okay? So we got right here, okay? We got this, here, and then we got this here. Okay. Now, it came down here and it bounced up on Wednesday. I mean, on Thursday, right? On Thursday, came down here, it bounced up. Today, what did it do? It came down again and it bounced up, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the hourly and let's pay attention to this area right here. All right. Let's pay attention to this area right here. Okay. So you're going to want to pay attention to 681.26. Pay attention to 681.26. All right. So tomorrow, if we get below 681.26, enter in the puts. All right. The next level is going to be like right here at 679. And then we could really start to come lower, right? And then it's like 678, right? So first level that I want you guys to focus on is going to be 681.26. All right. So SPY puts below 681.26. All right. Puts below 681.26 tomorrow. Okay. That's what we gonna do. Puts below 681.26. All right. Now, we might get a 2-2 bullish reversal. All right. So let's look at the upside real quick. The upside, we're going to say calls above 686.66. All right. So I think the screen is frozen. Let me boom. All right, calls right here. Calls above 686.66. All right. So puts below 681.26 and then calls above 686.66. All right. If we get above 686.66, we're going to become a 2 up on the day, and then we're going to go to the upside. Okay. If we get below 681.26, then we could be coming to 679. Right? That's going to be your next level. Is going to be 679. Right? So puts below 681.26. We are in this supply zone right here. Okay? We are in this, we were in the supply zone right here. So we came up, right? Rejected, came down, gapped up, rejected, came down again. So if we come down lower, we could come down about 680, 679. And then we could bounce, and then we could try it again. All right, that's all stocks are trying to do. They're trying to go somewhere, and they're coming from there, coming from somewhere. All right, so let me know if that makes sense on SPY, y'all. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. What up, Caesar? How you feeling? If y'all are just tuning in, say what's up in the comments. All right, let me know where y'all tuning in from, and also like this video. Okay, let's make sure that we get this video right here to 100 likes by the time we get off this live. All right. Just make sure I'm giving you guys literal levels on where to enter into these stocks, right? What the setup is, what the rationale is. Okay. So be sure to like this video. Be sure to share this with a friend, right? Share this with somebody that you know is in the stock market or whatever, right? Or they want to get in the stock market. Share this channel, share this video with them. All right. He says SPY consolidating on the weekly as of now. Yep. So right now it's just Monday. So we gonna see what starts to happen, but we're on a bearish consolidation candle currently right now. And so we just got to see what happens over the next day or two. All right. And then we got, and obviously we got FOMC on Wednesday as well. Okay. We got FOMC on Wednesday. So that's going to be that. Okay. Um, how much money you making? I was about to join the Discord. Nah, you say puts I like calls. Oh, I know, right? What's good? Okay, Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out to Youngstown. What up, Vinny? South Carolina. Shout out to South Cackalack. All right. What up, Nashville in the building? Vallejo to Atlanta. Okay. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Vallejo, man. I'm from Sacramento, so shout out to the whole Bay Area. All right. Spy making a bullish head and shoulders. Yeah, that's something that I've been paying attention to as well. Right. I've been paying attention to that spy, that head and shoulders. What's up? What's up, G? How you feeling? All right. So that makes sense on spy. Okay. So now, yeah, the spy, it does look like it's forming a head and shoulders, right? If you look at SPY on a daily and you zoom out a little bit, right? Go to the daily real quick. So if you see, right, we got, zoom out a little bit. So we got, it looked like a little head and shoulders, right? The head is down here. Now this could be the shoulder. So we could see SPY come down here to validate a shoulder, and then it could bounce and go higher. But I don't know, right? Like it looks like a head and shoulder pattern, but we need another shoulder. All right, we need another shoulder. So yeah, so that's the SPY, y'all. All right. Now what we about to do is we about to go over IWM. I hit IWM twice today, 14%, and then I got like 10%. Nothing crazy, right? If you pay attention to my videos, I practice what I preach, because those two trades could have became an L, and then also they're just cash flow trades, right? So y'all remember when I made the video about treating trading like a business, right? If you haven't watched my treat trading like a business video, go watch it. But I'm talking about, right, as a business, you have different things that you got to think about, like cash flow. So every trade is not going to be this 100, 300, 500% trade, right? But sometimes you may need to take 15, 20%, 8%, 10% just to stay cash flowing and to stay in the green, right? Because a green trade could easily be a red trade. And if you have too many red trades, what's going to happen? You're going to be in the red bad, and you're going to be losing money, and you're going to be down bad, right? So I would rather take profit at 15% rather than losing 18%, right? And because it becomes a habit, and then that habit, it starts to be who you are as a trader, and then you just never end up getting no money, right? So I like to, if I have to cash flow for a day, right? Let's say I hit 2 trades and each trade is 8%. I'll be like, all right, it is what it is, right? I'm not going to be mad at that, because I know that that's not an everyday occurrence. The next day I may hit 300% and then 80%, right? And then what? And then from there, we good, right? It's going to account for the days that you may make a little bit less. So it's important to understand how to cash flow as a trader. All right. So we're going to talk about IWM next, but I just like to make sure that I'm educating you guys and I'm giving you guys this perspective. All right. I always say I don't want to be somebody that just comes on here for 10 minutes and be like, trade this and that's it. I actually enjoy, right, elaborating on these things and being able to, give you guys a full thought out, way of thinking about something, because I know the importance of understanding, right? I don't want to talk and you guys not understand what I'm saying. Okay. So yeah. And then be sure to like this video, y'all. Okay. He said Northern California. I wish all my folks was learning this skill. I know, right? Nah, seriously. Back home, it ain't a lot of people on this, right? It's sad. Do you play earnings? If so, what app do you usually? So I don't play earnings before the announcement unless I see a crazy amount of flow. I'll do a straddle afterwards, right? And also like if the stock has earnings and let's say they beat earnings, if they gap up into an order block, I'll trade them because I know that they're gonna reject and come down, right? And if they fall down and they gap down into an order block, they're gonna come up, right? So that's how I trade earnings. I let the IV get crushed, and then I will trade the stock after earnings. Okay. In very rare cases will I get into a gamble or a lotto for earnings. Okay. Shout out to Northside Houston. Okay. He said, yeah, especially 0 DTE. Exactly. Right. If you want to would have waited. Yep. Yep. My target is $100 per day minimum. There we go, Vincent. And you getting there, right? You're going to get there. All right. If you're not already there, right? And once you get there, you're going to start to see how easy it is to be able to make $250 a day. And then you're going to have your first $500 day and you're going to be like, damn. And then it's just going to continue to go on and on and on. All right. So let's go over IWM next. All right. If y'all are just tuning in, man, like this video and let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. All right. Don't be no stranger. All right. Don't be a lurker. Let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. I want to know where y'all tuning in from and who's watching this video. All right. Who engaging with me. Okay. So let's go over IWM now. All right. So IWM. Okay. So this is what we got. What did I say, right? What did I say? I said, as a matter of fact, let me show you guys what I said. All right, let me show you guys what I said. What are you trading? Options? Yeah, this is options. I started using the strat today. Life changing. Do you know? I do not use Heikenaishi candles. I use regular candles. Close to what I was already doing. Yeah. Shout out to Brooklyn, man. Hey, I'm gonna have to come out and do an event in Brooklyn, man, for real. Cause Brooklyn be showing me love. He said Baton Rouge. Okay. Shout out to Louisiana. Now let me show you guys what I said today. All right. Let me show you what I said today. All right. So you guys could understand the power of this stuff, right? So, right here, okay? Let me share this screen real quick. I'm gonna share this screen so y'all could see. All right. So today, right, this morning, I said IWM gapped up into resistance and its order block, right? And then I said we could reject here and then fill the gap to the downside. So be on the lookout for that. This is what I told the Discord this morning, right? These were my levels, right? These were my levels. Now let's see what IWM did. They gapped up, right? They gapped up right here. And then they sold off, right? Let's go to the 30-minute. Gapped up, right? They gapped up. And then what happened? They came down, came up right here. And then what happened? They came down, and what did they do? They filled the gap. Okay? So I'm telling you guys, I don't miss. All right? I'm going to miss about 20% of the time. Other 80%, we good money. All right? I told everybody that this morning. Right? So, now, on a daily, what we got? Right? What we got popping? We on a bearish 3-bar on a daily time frame right here. Bearish 3-bar. That's a very strong level right there. So, what we're going to do is we're going to say puts below 250, right? Puts below 250 flat. All right? Puts below 250. All right? Puts below 250 for tomorrow on this bearish 3-bar. All right? But we did have some buyers step in. So let's see what it's going to look like to the upside. All right? Let's see what it'll look like to the upside. My bad, y'all. I got to fix my computer. All right, puts below 250 right here. All right, but buyers did step in and push it up. Okay, so let's go to the 30-minute. Oh, there you go, Ashley. She hit 74% on IWM. Beautiful. See, when you learn how to trade, it just becomes a beautiful thing. It becomes a very beautiful thing, man. Shout out to that. Newark, shout out to Newark. Shout out to the East Coast, man. Y'all be rocking with me. All right, if we lose this 250 level right here, right? If we lose 250, then we're going to be coming down to 248.82. All right. If we lose 250, we're coming down to 248.82. All right. Now, let's say we start going up, right? Let's say we start going up. I'm going to say, depending on how you want to play it, okay? Depending on how you want to play it, I'm going to say calls above 251.35. All right? Calls above 251.35. Right? Calls above 251.35 tomorrow. All right? Now, granted, this would not be my favorite setup, right? Because we're on a bearish 3-bar, so if we do go up, it's going to be a little bit, I don't want to say sketchy, but, right, there's a lot of areas where it could come up and down. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, we look like we're in a flag, though, right? We look like we're in a bull flag, okay? This looks like a bull flag. So if you go to the 4-hour, right? Come to the 4-hour right here. We had a move up. And then we flagged right here. We consolidated. Right? Consolidated right here. And then what happened? We had another move up right here. Right? And what are we doing? We're consolidating again. Okay? Consolidating again. Right here. So calls above 251.35. Also, you could say calls above 251.59. Okay? And 251.59. Okay? Calls above 251.35 and also calls above 251.59 if you want to be a little more conservative. And then we could come and test here. And if we get above 252.93, then we will go higher. But this does look like a flag, and it also looks like consolidation. So even though it's bearish, it hasn't gone below this area. It has not gone below 250.43. So that's why I say if we lose 250, then we're going to come down more, right, to, I said 248.82, right? But this looks like a flag, which is consolidation right here. So if we bounce up right here, then we're going to come right back up to here, right? But if we get below this flag area right here, then we're going to be coming down lower, all right? So let me know if that makes sense on IWM, all right? Let me know if that makes sense on IWM, y'all. So we just went over SPY and we just went over IWM, okay? SPY to S&P 500, IWM for small cap stocks, okay? SPY for S&P 500, IWM for small cap stocks. If we wanted to, if I wanted to, we could stop right there. Tomorrow you could go follow these levels and you could go make at least $100 depending on what your account size is, right? If we wanted to, we could stop right there. But because I like to over deliver and I like to actually help people, and I like to help change people's lives, what are we going to do? We're going to chart together, and we're going to find some setups for tomorrow. That's not an index, but that's a regular stock. All right? I just want to make sure you guys understand what's happening. That's why with these lives, I go step by step and I go piece by piece. All right? See almost the same setup on SPY. Yep. Listen, these stocks, they be looking the same, right? They be looking the same, so don't be surprised when they do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? What's the 251.35 level? So let me show you, right? A Watkins, that's a good question. So she said, what is a 251.35 level, right? Okay, let's go to the hourly, right? And then where did I get that from? Well, I got it off the 30-minute, right? So right here, I got it from this low right here. So this is so look, right? When you look at it, so you have a low here, right? And then you have a high right here, okay? And then you have a high right here, right? And then you have a low right here, right? And then what happens? You have a high right here, right? So, because this is a lower high, this is a level of support or resistance, right? So if I was day trading, right? Let's say I was day trading and I saw this right here and it was down and it was chopping around right here, I would say, okay, if we get above this area right here, which is at 251.35, then we could come right up to here to 251.67. And if we get above there, then we can start to make our way up here, right? So I got it from the 30-minute time frame on this lower high up here where it came up to and it rejected and then it came down. So that's where I got that level from. All right. Am I using ICC? No. I don't even know what ICC is. Is that an indicator? I don't know what that is. But no, I'm not using it. Because if I was using it, I would know. So what's ICC? All right. So look, so that's the breakdown on IWM and SPY, like I said. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, you already know what time it is now, right? What we about to do is we about to go fishing. All right. So now it's time to go fishing. So this is the go fishing portion of the live charting, right? Once we break down, once I finish breaking down the actual, SPY and IWM, which is the market and small cap stocks, that's when I say, okay, now it's time to go fishing. And now we're going to find some more setups for tomorrow with individual stocks. All right. What's up, Drew? How you feeling? So if you guys are just tuning in, man, this is the live charting live that I do every day. As long as there's a trading day the next day, I'll be on live doing this in the evening time. Okay. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to change your life in the stock market, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. If you want to make an extra 50 to 100K next year in the stock market, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. This is no fluff. This is no BS. This is no same content over and over and over again. This is new, authentic, and original content every single day. And it's all relevant to you making money and becoming a better person from the inside out. All right. So keep all those things in mind. All right, y'all. Yes, an indicator, confirmation, continuation. Oh, okay. I mean, I use an indicator. So yeah. What's up, Adam? How you feeling? Absolutely. Right. It's I always say, man, it's my pleasure. We all be saying thank you. And in the Discord, I mean, not in the Discord, in the comments, I'll be saying it's my pleasure, right? Because it's a blessing for me to be in a position to be able to do this, right? I got my mind, right? Making money, doing my thing. I understand this. I could deliver it, right? I could articulate this stuff to you guys to make it simpler for you. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be able to be here and be in this situation. Thank you, God, right? Thank you to the Most High. So I show my gratitude to the Most High by, you know, putting this energy out into the world, right? So I appreciate. That's why I always say, man, I appreciate y'all for tapping in because I was told to do this. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to do this out of an ego perspective. I was told to do this, right, from a higher power. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Seriously, all right. He said I made $5 grand with Meta. There we go. That's beautiful right there, Plant B. Yeah, Netflix is looking bearish. Netflix is looking bearish. That's coming down from abundance. Yeah, nah, for sure, Adam. Watching the market structure, trending RSI. Yeah, I don't really pay attention to the RSI too much. I only use the RSI for bullish and bearish divergence. I'm like a strat trader, right? I don't like titles, but at this point, I trade based off of the strat method, right? So I don't really make a whole bunch of decisions based off of the RSI, right? EMAs, you know, I used to use them heavy, but now I use order blocks and I use the strat method. And with those two things right there, those two things will change your life. If you're not using them, I highly recommend, man, go check out the strat method. I got some strat method videos. I got a whole playlist on my YouTube channel. Go watch my strat videos, all right? That stuff will change your life and it'll turn your world upside down, and it'll make trading so much easier. If you already making money in trading and you see the strat, you gon' 5x what you was making like that. All right. So let's go fishing, y'all. All right. Let's go fishing and let's go find some setups for tomorrow. All right. And then what we gonna do is tomorrow when we get on live, what we gonna do? We're going to report back. All right? We're going to report back. We're going to be like, hey, who hit this? Who hit this? Who hit this? Right? That's what we're going to do tomorrow. So we're going to go fishing today for some plays for tomorrow. Right? And then we're going to find those plays. We're going to execute at a high level tomorrow. And then we're going to come back on this live tomorrow. And then we're going to be like, who hit this? Who hit this? And everybody going to have a success story. All right? That's what we about to do. All right? If you don't know what the strat method is, just go to my YouTube channel and look at the playlist. All right? It is a way to trade, and it's going to increase your efficiency. It's going to increase your win rate, and it's going to increase your bankroll. All right? So, let's now go to... He said your ANET play hit. Yep. And it's not even finished, right? It got room to go for sure. All right. Raisha, she said, I hit ANET today as well. Thank you to you and the strat. Hey, shout out to that, man. How much of the move did you get, Raisha? And then what else we got? I'm going to swing on that ANET play after hours just going up. Oh, there you go, bait to a clay. There we go. I ain't even seen it. But let's go find some more setups, y'all. All right. All right, so we on a daily. So Intel came down pretty bad. OKLO. Okay, on a failed two up. Dell, they came up. She said over 30%. That's amazing. Shout out to that. Be sure to post them profits in the profits tab, Raisha. All right. Yeah, we'll go over Netflix. Yep. Yep. Prayer hands. I know, right? She prayer hands. Dell came up. We got Apple. Apple looks like they're trying to bounce here, but I don't like that setup. It's a lot going on right there. We got AMD. We got Applied. So I am looking at Applied. I like Applied to the upside. So APLD. 2-2 continuation. Okay. So if you look at Applied, we don't have any resistance until $34, and we're at $32 right now, right? So I like APLD tomorrow. I hope that it doesn't gap up, but as you can see, let's see. Yeah, we don't have any real resistance. We got these order blocks here, but on a daily time frame, we don't have any resistance until here. And then after that, we got all the way up to here, right? $37. So yeah, Apple and Google. I didn't know Google got news, but yeah. So we could have a bullish day tomorrow. So we really gonna see, seriously. And then we got FOMC. So yeah, so Netflix right here. Let's see. So I think tomorrow Netflix might bear trap people. We got a fair value gap right here. Okay, so Netflix looks bearish, but I think we could bounce here. We need to get below 94.89 tomorrow on Netflix. If we get below 94.89, then we could come to the upside, right? Hold on, y'all. There we go. My computer going slow. I do everything off this computer, so it's going a little slow right now. All right, so yeah, like I said, we need to get below 94.85 right here. Well, really 90, you could say $95, but to be conservative, say like 94.89. Okay, if we get below 94.89, then it could come lower, but it could bounce right here and bear trap people. So be on the lookout for that. All right, Robinhood went crazy today. Robinhood to the upside, they do look good, but because they've been making these moves right here, I don't know. Like, I think we could have a pullback before we go higher, so we're gonna see. Nvidia, they had good news, so they're gonna be coming up to this order block right here at 197. So I'm gonna actually be watching for Nvidia tomorrow. All right, NVDA news plus bullish. All right, plus bullish continuation. Okay. Is that Windows 98? That's crazy. That's wrong right there. He did me dirty. I bought 100 shares that applied in August for 12.18. Oh, you up. That's a 3x right there. Can you look at COF? I'll see if I can by the end of this live. All right. Be sure to like this video, y'all. If you guys have not liked this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. All right. Every day I'm bringing you guys life-changing information. We go live every day. We talk about the market. We find setups for the next day. That way you could go and make money the absolute next day. All right. No fluff, none of that. Okay. So we are going to, here we go. So this one is Nvidia. So I said bullish continuation there. Affirm is looking not the best. They looking bullish. They're trying to hold up right here. So if Affirm gets above 68.62, it could actually make a nice move to the upside. So Affirm, that could be a nice one. Shopify is on a bearish 3-bar, so I'm gonna put them on my list. Shop 3-bar bearish. All right. Uber, they had a nice day today, but I'm cool. I'm cool off of Uber, man. The only way I could play Uber is if I swing trade them in one of my other accounts and I don't look at them because Uber be on some real funny stuff, right? Uber be on real funny stuff, so I ain't messing with them. Um, Google. Um, oh, so hold on. Let me look at Google after hours, and this is gonna be a great lesson for you guys. All right. So Google is at okay. It's at 313.91. All right. So Google looks like it's flagging as well. It's consolidating here, right? See this right here is consolidating. All right. Now on the weekly, it broke below the low of last week, but it's in this fair value gap right here, so it could bounce here, right? And this is just the first day of the week, right? So because it came below here, if we start to push up to the upside and then we do break above 323.87, then you know it's about to go crazy because it already came down, and then we could create a failed two down on the week on Uber, or it could become a 3 bar, right? If we get above 323.27, then Uber is going to become a 3 bar. Okay, so that's something to pay attention to, y'all. All right, that's something to pay attention to. So this is off the weekly time frame, but this is the daily time frame. Okay, so we could see a reversal potentially and then to go higher. I don't like the setup, so to speak, but I would expect a bounce because we're in a fair value gap on the daily time frame and also on the weekly time frame as well. Okay? So we got Hims. I don't like it. Palantir. They on a failed two up. Carvana. Okay. Nike. They came down. Trash. I love Nikes, but the stock be trash. All right. What else we got? Who else we got? We got. Let's see. Looking them up. Oh, no. All right. It's TSL. We got SoFi. SoFi consolidated today. So SoFi looks like they might be coming down some more. So we got to see. We got to see what happens with them. We got Lyft. Lyft came down. Ooh, I think Lyft is gonna. Ooh, I like this setup a lot. I'm gonna say Lyft to the downside. All right. LYFT. We got a 212 bearish reversal. All right, we got a 212 bearish reversal setup. All right, so a 2 up and then a 1 candle. But these are tweezers right here, y'all. All right. These right here are tweezers. If you don't know what tweezers are, you got to go do your research. But these right here are tweezers. Okay. Tweezers. Tweezers. All right. So I'm gonna bless you guys with this gift right here, okay? For Lyft, look like they coming down tomorrow. So this looks like a layup right here. If Lyft gets below 22.46, all right, puts below 22.46, all right. And my price target will be $22.19 to $22. All right. So Lyft puts below 22.46. All right. This looks like it could be a slam dunk. Okay. Puts below 2246. Oh yeah. I'm gonna play this tomorrow, most likely. Puts below 2246, y'all, on lift. All right. Let me know if that makes sense on lift. I like that one a lot. I like that setup a lot. All right. Do I remember MLTX? Yeah, I remember that. What they do today? Let me see. Did anybody take that MLTX setup? Yeah, they came up some. Yeah, they holding steady right here. So I meant to get into them, but it was a lot going on. So CRM coming down. We'll look at CRM in a minute. Let me finish my list first, and then we'll go over all of the ones that's in the comments as well. All right. So who else we got? So we had the lift, circle. I don't really like circle. It's consolidating right here, right? But I don't know. I ain't gonna mess with it. Amazon, shitty. Amazon look like they gonna come down to like 222. So I like Amazon for continuation. All right. For continuation. In phase, they look like they could be coming up. They on a 212. So I'm gonna put in phase. Bullish. All right, in phase 212 bullish. Core weave failed 2 down. I gotta show love to the failed 2 downs. Core weave failed 2 down. All right, what else? Meta, they're on a failed 2 up today, so they could be coming to fill this gap. We just gotta see. All right, Lululemon, they dropped. Okay. Tesla. I would say bearish on Tesla, but we in this fair value gap right here, so we could bounce. So if Tesla loses like 437, 435, then it's going down, but it could bounce anywhere in this area. So you gotta be patient and you gotta see what happens with that one. What else we got? CrowdStrike. 2-1. Okay. 1 second, y'all. Let's see. So this is Adobe. They on the 1 candle. Like I was saying, Tesla. They look like if they got this is the line in the sand right here, like this 435, 437 level right here. Above or below it is gonna let you know what direction it's gonna go into. All right. We got SMCI. SMCI looks a little bullish. We got Pan W. We got Oracle. They got earnings this week, so I ain't gonna mess with them. We got VRT. We got Alibaba. We got MRK. They look like they bouncing right here. We got Celsius. I like Celsius. On the weekly. Yeah, I like Celsius for continue. Let me see. I like Celsius. The day to take entry, the day to trade this would have been today. I don't like kind of where it's at on the charts right here. But it looks like a little inverted head and shoulders slightly. So that's something to pay attention to. All right. App is on a fail to up. What's the price target for NVIDIA? I think MU is going to be going up, especially with the good news um, the good news with Nvidia. I mean, they just came from like what 220, right? Nvidia was at 220, if I'm not mistaken. So their price target is going to be that where they just came from on a retracement, and then above that, it just goes back to like market cap, right? Like they're the biggest company in the world. So I mean, if they're at, let me see where they was at. So I'm looking at Nvidia on my phone on my trading view real quick. So Nvidia was at the height, they were at 211. No, it has to have been higher than that. Oh, it was 211. I'm thinking of MU. Yeah, Nvidia was at 211, right? Right now they're at 180 something, 185. So it's like they're gonna go back up to 211. They break above there, then I would say 215, 220, 225, 230, right? That's how I would have that, right? If some crazy news comes out, it could shoot them up to 225. You get what I'm saying? Same way they did with AMD. So news will be catalysts that make stocks go crazy, but then they will balance themselves out, and then they will, find their price that they should be at, if that makes sense. All right. Let's look. I took them off my list. I took QCOM off of my list because they move so slow. I'm gonna put them back on, but I took them off my list. I was like, man, um, can you look up Target? Yeah, I'll look up Target. Let me finish this list real quick. Um, yeah, so we got. So like I said, we got App. Not really messing with that. Marvell. They had a. Ooh, I like MRVL to the downside. I love this setup. A failed two up, a bearish one candle, right? And we got a gap to the downside. So I'm gonna put MRVL on my list. Okay. 212 bearish. Okay. So I really like this one. So I like this one, and I like Lyft. Those are my two favorite ones that I'm seeing. AVGO, damn, they was up 3% today. They gapped up. Okay. AVGO got earnings this week, so I'm not touching those contracts. Um, Soundhound, they rejected off this order block right here, so they could come down and bounce here and then come higher. So we got to see what happens. XYZ, they still in this bear pennant right here. So I think XYZ could see some downside action tomorrow. Microsoft, Delta Airlines, ARM. Oh yeah, they look like they ARM look like they coming down, but we got this little fair value gap right here. So for ARM, what I would say is just below 138, below 138, puts below 138. All right. Citigroup failed to up. I ain't gonna mess with them. DoorDash. I like DoorDash. I'm gonna put them on my list as well. They had $100 million, the biggest insider trade ever. So and they're on a failed two down. Okay. I like DoorDash to the upside. All right. So we got DoorDash failed two down right here, and we're in this gap, right? So we could come up all the way up to 235. We got another $10 to go. So I like DoorDash to the upside. All right. I like DoorDash to the upside. All right. Um, Let me see. MU. Somebody said MU. Hold on. Where is it at? Here we go. Man, my computer tripping. MU. I think MU definitely is coming to the upside tomorrow. So I would say calls above 250. Really 249.30, but you could say 250. If we get above there, we could be coming up to 260 easily. All right. And then if we go here, yeah, yeah. MU is about to go to 260 tomorrow, y'all. That's on the 4 hour. There's no resistance. There's no resistance. So if we get above 249.26, calls. All right. So I'm gonna give this one to y'all too. All right. Calls above 249.26. All right. MU. MU calls above 249.26. There's no resistance until 260. That's a $10 move right there. All right. So those are going to be my focuses. All right. My focus is going to be MU. All right. And then Marvell, and then Lyft. And I like that DoorDash as well. Right. I like the DoorDash to the upside also. Okay. So I like applied also to the upside. Okay. So, but I like the Lyft to the downside on that 212 bearish reversal. I like MRVL, a failed 2 up, then a 1 candle, and then we got a bearish, right? That's a 212 bearish setup. And then we got MU, calls above 249.26. We have no resistance until $260. All right. We got no resistance. We have no resistance for $10. All right. This is your OKLO moment. This is an opportunity for you to catch OKLO, right? But it's just a different stock. So let me see where MU is at right now, because they could gap up $5-6, right? They do that all the time. So right now, and after hours, they're actually flat. So they're not anywhere. They are at 246.80. They're down 15 cents in after hours. So this is actually great, right? So if they do gap up to 249, that's actually perfect, because then we could just let it go above 249.26, and then we could take entry. All right. So I like MU to the upside. All right. I like MU to the upside. Okay. DoorDash. I didn't even say the levels for him, Zay. Does it make sense to own SMH and QQQM? I don't really know if it makes sense for you and your portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not giving no financial advice. I'm not giving no advice about no portfolios or none of that, right? If you want to talk about that, honestly, you gotta book a one-on-one, but I don't want nobody, YouTube, get it twisted. I'm not giving nobody no portfolio advice on YouTube Live. All right. I'm going to just keep it honest with you about that, because I don't know how much money you got in your portfolio. I don't know what it's looking like. I don't know what sectors you invested in. I don't know what your outlook is, right? I don't know how long. I don't know if it's your IRA. I don't know if it's a 401k, right? Like, there's so many factors that I don't know. So I'm not going to blindly just say yeah or no on YouTube Live just because, you know what I'm saying, you asked that in the comments. So, yeah, I already said none of this is financial advice, y'all, but yeah, I don't know, right? But what we can do is we can look over some of the stocks that are in the comments, and then we could go see what's up with those. All right. Hello, guys. Did anybody need? Man, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I wish I could. I'm about to block you right now. I'm about to block you right now, AT. Yeah, ban. We gonna ban AT right now. Yeah, we just ban him because he trying to yeah, we get it, entertainment only. Yeah, we got a lot of bangers, y'all. All right. So like I said, he said, so Marvel, CrowdStrike, and GE. CrowdStrike, so here's the thing about CrowdStrike, right? They have a great setup, but their spreads sometimes I'll be wanting to trade CrowdStrike, but I can only swing trade them I can't day trade them because they be tripping, right? They spreads be like $100, like a dollar between like the bid and the ask, and so you gotta really like get a nice move with CrowdStrike for it to be worth it. So um, he said my first band. I know, right? I don't be trying to do all of that stuff, but people just be real funny. It's like you gotta build your own platform. That's the thing. You gotta build your own stuff, right? I don't be going on nobody's pages. I don't be trying to collaborate with nobody, right? What do? I just show up every single day. That's all I do. I don't be trying to get on nobody's platform. None of that. Because I know the power in building your own thing, right? So people got to do their thing too, man, for real. All right, so yeah, so we got that. Okay, so that's the thing with CrowdStrike, right? If you wanted to trade them, if you want to trade CrowdStrike on the daily, it looks really good, right? It's a 331. Calls above 52022, right? Price target 527.03. But it's just a spread. So you got to make sure that you get a solid move, right? So when you have stocks with big spreads, you got to be patient enough to get in at the right price point, but then also you want to make sure that you're getting the move that you should based on your spreads, right? So that's the main thing right there. Okay, so it's a good setup, but them spreads they be kind of playing games, right? And then we got GE. Okay, GE. This looks good. Um, we're inside of this fair value gap area right here, right? So we're inside of this fair value gap here, as you can see, and we're on a 2-1. So calls above here, 289.08, get above there, and we could ride it up to 294. So this looks really good, honestly. So yeah, GE looks like a good setup right there. All right. Um, what else we got? Net. I look at net. Are you talking about a net? Lace Boogie? She said you've been bringing in tea every single day. Yeah, every day. We don't miss a day. Really, 2 times a day when you think about it, right? Oh, net. Let's look at net. I ain't traded them yet, so let's see what's up with net. Cloudflare. Okay. Okay. This look like a pretty solid setup. Right. Let's go. Let's go to the charts real quick. All right. So this right here. Hey, hey, I might play this tomorrow. This look good right here. We got to get above 207.22. Yeah. 207.22. And then we could go up to 216. So I actually like this one. I'm gonna add this to my watch list. Um, I'm gonna add net to my watch list. That looks good. That looks good right there. Um, Let me see what their spreads are. NET. So their spreads about $30. Not bad. Um, Depending on what contracts you get. So, but it looks like it could make a really big move. So I like that net setup. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Lace Boogie. MRVL finished on a failed 2 down. Hold on, what? Let me see if I'm tripping. Cause I saw something different. Hold on. Oh, yo, good call, Eleanor. So watch this. So I didn't see this at all when I was okay. I didn't see this at all. So I was looking at this, right? I don't know why I didn't see the failed two down. So I like the setup now, and now calls above 92.93, right? So yeah, calls above 92.93, right? You could just say $93 and then it could fill this gap up here, right? So hold on. That's crazy. I did not see that failed two down. See, ain't nobody perfect, right? Failed two down. I didn't see the failed two down because it was by itself. It didn't even register, right? So this setup right here did it. It made the move. It just gapped down overnight. But now that we're on a failed two down, Marvel calls to the upside above $93, right? Now I'm gonna give you guys this right here on a failed two down. Calls above $93 on Marvel. All right. Calls above $93 on Marvel. Okay. So yeah. Good question, Eleanor. Good question on that one. Um, she said 3 times a day if you're in Discord. Nah, for real. Real talk. Nah, listen, y'all be getting a lot out of me. You know what I'm saying? So for real. Like 2 videos a day, 1 video, 1 live. We in a Discord. We trading daily, right? I'm sharing different setups. I'm sharing, if we do this, then we could get in this trade at this point in time. Like, we be doing this throughout the day consistently, man. So it's not a game over here. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. I figured you must have missed it. That candle. See, look at that. Appreciate that, Eleanor, for real. Right? Failed two down. That's money right there. So we gonna look. I'm looking at Marvel. I'm looking at Lyft, and I'm looking at MU to the upside tomorrow. All right. And if Nvidia has good news, which it did, then MU, AVGO, TSM, MRVL, all of those are chip companies, right? All of those are companies that are, secondary to Nvidia. They're in the same sector. So if Nvidia has good news and AMD goes up, then MU, TSM, MRVL, they all gonna go up as well, right? So it's like these are layup plays right here. All right, these are layup plays right here. Like seriously. All right. So you just gotta know where to look, and you gotta know what you're looking at. But that Cloudflare setup also that looks like a really good setup as well. So there's an abundance of setups in the market, y'all. You cannot get them all every single day. What you got to focus on is the ones you like, the ones you have high conviction with, the ones you're confident in, the ones that have good spreads, and just focus on those. And then set your alerts, and then you just once you get alerted, you already vetted the trade. Now you could just take entry, right? So yeah, he said you turn to the max. And look, every day I'm always trying to figure out how can I do more and like what else can I do. You know what I mean? So I feel like I gotta go harder in a way, right? So every day, man, we just trying to show up, right? Trying to show up, trying to change our life, trying to help y'all, retire your wife, retire your mom. I'm trying to help y'all make some real big, things happen in your life. So that's why I be showing up every day. All right. We appreciate that, Davita, for real. Hey, I appreciate everybody, man, for having my back. If anybody come in here talking crazy, y'all be on them. Y'all don't be playing no games. All right. So I appreciate all of y'all seriously, cause I can't do everything. You know what I mean? So thank y'all for that. You think ANET gonna make that run again? What up, Yomo SEO? So let's look at ANET real quick since I caught it this week. All right. So let me pull it up on the charts real quick. Okay. It is good to see that some of us is learning the charts. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely good. Did you hold it? Did you hold ANET, Yomo? Did you hold it? Cause look, when you understand the strat, right? This is why I love the strat, y'all. Okay. So look, and this is what did I tell you guys, right? What did I tell you guys? I said this week I am not swing trading, right? I gave everybody a disclaimer. I told everybody everything, right? I said I would not hold overnight this week. Okay. It's going to be a crazy week and we got a lot of data, right? Oh, okay. He said I got out. All right, good, right? But I told everybody. So let's look at ANET's chart real quick. Okay. Now look at this, right? So this is a liquidity grab, right? 133, right? Came right up to this high and then it rejected and it came down, right? So look, what did I say? I said calls above 131.39 and we came up to 133.51, right? That right there could have paid you, right? Let's go to the weekly. On the weekly, boom, boom, right? So tomorrow, we could come right back down in this area and then we could bounce and we could go up again, right? But we got in and we got out, right? So I want you guys to see the power of the day trade, right? So my setups, when I'm calling out my setups, it don't gotta take the whole week to go, right? If you see it break a level in a day and it goes $2, $3, $4, take the profit. And then if it comes back down, it could get back above that level. You could re-enter again, right? So I'm trying to teach you guys how to really trade, right? You don't just get in a call and hold it for the whole week, right? If you up 50, 60, 70%, 40%, that's good money because you're not going to get that return anywhere else. And then you do that one time, two times a day. A year later, you up six figures, right? You up six figures off of learning how to take profit consistently every single day, right? So I want you guys to understand that when I am giving you guys a play, or when I'm showing you guys what's on my watch list or what a setup is on every Sunday, and we looking at the weekly setups, it could make the move in one day. It could also reject and then make the move later on in the week, right? So I want you guys, I'm trying to help you guys really understand how to trade, right? Like how to really like move, right? Because I don't want to be somebody on YouTube that people was slamming in the comments because I said get in this trade and I ain't give y'all no context. And now I got 300 people in a trade and they don't know how to really play it, right? That's why I be covering my own ass. That's why I give so much, because I care. I don't want you guys to be watching my videos and then out of nowhere you get in a trade and then now you down and you don't know how to play it and then you freaking out, right? I don't want that on my name. That's my reputation, right? Even though it's all about risk management stuff, if I'm going to put out content, I have a responsibility to do it responsibly, right? So I hope that you guys understand that, and I hope you guys understand that I'm trying to help you guys really, bring things together, right? Let the wins just add up day after day after. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to try to hold it until it go to the moon. You're going to have those times, you're going to have those days, and that's beautiful, right? But at the end of the day, you will make far more money if you secure profits along the way rather than trying to hold on for, the biggest trade of your life, and then you're going to lose big too. Okay? So please, please, please understand that and understand that psychology, y'all. All right? I cannot stress it enough. I cannot stress it enough. You will make more money when you let 18, 50% trades add up rather than trying to get one 200% trade. Right? Right? You should say, I took my profits in A-net. I'll get back in if I need. Exactly. Right? But at the end of the day, you got your money, you got out, and now you on to the next thing. It's really that simple, y'all. Right? Like swing trading, you need bread. And you need a separate account so that you could withstand the drawdown. Right? So yeah, Wolf is starting to consolidate for a second week. I've been hearing about Wolf for sure. Let's see. Wolf, second week. On the daily, they look nice. Okay. They sure are. That looks like a cool setup. I'm looking at it on the daily real quick. So they're on a 3-bar right now. So they could come up to $16 tomorrow potentially. Right? So we just gotta see what's up with that. She said, yeah, that's my problem, not knowing when to cut and just rinse and repeat. So look, right? So Big D, all you gotta do, listen, if you guys are running into this is what you need to do. When you get up 20% in a trade, just take profits. Just take profits. And then you say, okay, I'm gonna get 500% in returns first at 20% per trade, which is what? 5 times 5, so that's 25 trades. I'm gonna take profit on my next 25 trades at 20% profit. I don't care what's going on, I'm gonna take the profit there. And then you will have enough money in your account where you can understand when it's time to hold and when it's time to cut, right? But if you don't learn how to take profits first, you're never gonna know how to stay in a trade longer or when to get out. So I would say take profits at 20% just consistently first so you can start to exercise the muscle and understand and learn how to do that, right? This is like real life stuff here. Nobody gonna tell you this, right? It's all about the psychology, right? It's all about the psychology, y'all. All right? What platforms allow day trades with small accounts? Robinhood, Webull, Moomoo, SoFi, all of them. I would recommend Webull. That's my favorite. I use Robinhood as well, and I got a Moomoo account as well, and I got a SoFi account. Right? Yeah, you can't be greedy, y'all. Right? You cannot be greedy because if you be greedy, you gonna starve. Right? Just think about. I want you guys to think about the polarity, and also how. What do I always say? The stock market is always trying to balance itself out, right? So if you're being greedy in the market, what's the opposite of being greedy? Starving. So the more you're greedy, the more you'll end up starving because it has to balance itself out, right? So whatever you're experiencing today, there is an equal opposite of that, right? So if you don't learn how to control your greed, you're going to end up starving, right? Like this is real life right here. So if a stock goes crazy to the upside, what is it going to do? It's going to come crazy to the downside. Why? Because the stocks have to balance themselves out. And the only way it balances itself out, it has to go to the other side of the spectrum so that it could balance itself out. Look at a seesaw. You got this side and you got this side. What does it do? Boom, boom, right? That's all it does. So if you got greed right now, right, in order for it to balance out, you're going to have starvation. Right? That's just what it is. So if you are being greedy, you got to learn how to control it. Right? I like trading the setups and securing profits, but also been focusing on that break-even price, trying to find a balance. Yeah, the balance is not always easy, right? But at the end of the day, it's like you just got to figure out what works best for you and your personality and your spirit, and then just like focus on that, right? That's all you got to do. For sure, Bay to Clay, Robinhood, you need a cash account. Um, yeah, all of them, I would recommend a cash account, right? It's something different when you learn how to flip your own personal money, right? That's just me, right? So get a cash account, fund your own account, right? And really learn how to trade. It's gonna make you a beast. It's gonna make you a beast. It's gonna make you a monster. You feel what I'm saying? So you also need to know take profit levels. Nah, for sure. That part too. Take profit levels, and then your expiration date has to be in alignment with your take profit level as well. And you also want to take into account what type of volatility is the market currently in, right? Like, what does the market currently have? If it's crazy volatility versus it's not a lot of volatility, then you may have to like get more like a bigger expiration date or not. Like, you just gotta really, really, really like be locked in on what you know is important and what's really gonna get you to the money, if that makes sense. All right. So yeah, that's very important, y'all. All right. I know, right? Take profit before screenshots. For real, that's the most important thing right there. What's the best time frame for confirmation of a reversal with day trading? Me personally, I like that 30 minute. That 30 minute is a ooh wee. That 30 minute ain't no joke, right? The hourly for sure, but you ain't got as many hourly candles in a day. I personally like that 30 minute time frame, right? To me, the 30 minutes is the GOAT. It's the perfect hybrid between a bigger time frame and then a little, you know what I'm saying, a little bit smaller. So I love the 30-minute time frame. All right. I just want to make sure my wins are bigger than my L's. Man, Drez, we know your wins is bigger than your L's, right? We be seeing what's going on with you, Drez. Drez be getting to the bag. Drez, Marquint, listen, we got a squad of just winners, right? Winners. I tell y'all all the time, next year, the lowest people in a prosperity collective gonna be making in the market with stock options profits, not even including shares. Everybody gonna be 150 as a bare minimum, right? As a bare minimum, right? He said, what about for scalping? For scalping, I mean, everybody scalps differently, right? Some people gonna say the 15, some people gonna say the 5, some people use a 2 or the 3 minute time frame, right? Me personally, I like the 10-minute time frame coupled with the like the hourly, depends on what time it is, right? So when the market just opens, I like paying attention to the 2 hour and the 10-minute time frame, right? I really like that combination for my own purposes, because it's setting up for a solid day trade, right? He said I'm cheap. Hey, that's good, bro. Hey, I'm cheap too. Like, I'm cheap too, but that's good, because that's a good habit to have, and it ain't a bad thing to be cheap, right? You gotta obviously buy quality things and stuff like that, but it ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. He said for sure get 2 accounts, one for swings. Exactly, right? You got to, right? You got to, because if you don't have multiple accounts and you swing trading in your day trading account, them swing trades are gonna crush you, and then you're gonna get out prematurely, and then your account gonna be lower, and then you're just gonna be losing money for no real reason, right? Michelle said, I feel it coming. I've been basically breaking even for the last few months. Listen, do you remember the video I made about breaking even? If you're breaking even, you got to understand that you're consolidating up. So basically, you are on a bullish one candle, right? You are on a bullish one candle. That's all it is. What comes after a bullish one candle? You about to go up, Michelle. You about to go up. All right. Listen, I'm speaking blessings and abundance on everybody in this live right here. Right? I'm speaking blessings and abundance on everybody. Hey, all of y'all doing the work, y'all showing up. Right? It's only a matter of time until you touch a crazy bag. All right. Like seriously. And when you could feel it coming, that's when you know it's coming. Because you could feel it inside of here. Right? 30-minute time frame is revealing. Yeah. Very, very, very revealing. She said, I'm proud of having blown my account. Exactly. Right? A lot of the times it's about understanding the skill set, the execution, right? Once you learn how to execute, you're going to be good. It ain't always about how much money you can make in the beginning. It's about understanding the skill set. All right. So you could come join the Discord and you could make money and not understand the skill set, and you could earn while you learn. But as you start to learn, you're going to get better and better and better. All right. Psychological warfare, playing swings, and nah, for real. It is. It is real life psychological warfare for real. That shit is not good for you. What are the best times to trade? I would say that first 90 minutes and then the last 2 hours. But the middle of the day, what it's going to do is it's going to show you the setups, right? Honestly, like, because I'm on the West Coast, the market opens at 6:30. So the market open at 9:30 on the East Coast. Like, solid setups start to set up around like 8:30 to 9 a.m. Right? So about 2 hours after the market open is when setups start to pop off, like real day trade setups. And then they might consolidate or whatever, and then they start making a move like a little bit later on, and then going into that like that last hour of the day. So, but if you want to scalp, that first 90 minutes for sure. All right. Right back at you. Yeah, Big D. Everybody getting to the money, right? Like the video. Yeah, if you guys are on here, man, be sure to like this video. All right, we talked about SPY, IWM. We went over a lot of setups and we went fishing and we found our setups. We got MU, we got Lift, and we got MRVL as well. Okay, I gave you guys levels, support, resistance, breakout points, and all of that stuff. All right. What's up, Tanvir? He said, Isaiah, good evening. I'm a first timer. Do you trade options live? Yeah. We trade options live in the Discord every single day. All right. So yeah, not on YouTube, but inside of the Discord, yeah. All right. So yeah, y'all. So we got those setups popping off. It's been an hour and a half, man. So what we gonna do is we gonna go in the market tomorrow, and then we're gonna meet back up here tomorrow evening, and then we're gonna see what the market did and what happened. All right. Remember, we got FOMC on Wednesday. All right. We got FOMC on Wednesday. Do not do nothing crazy tomorrow. Okay. Do not blow your account tomorrow. Be patient. Be responsible. Okay. Be methodical. Be systematic. Do not over leverage in your account as well. All right. Just don't do any of those things. Be responsible. Make it through tomorrow and Wednesday. We're going to have a better, clear understanding of where the market going to go. And then Thursday, Friday, we're going to finish the week off strong. Next week, we're going to go crazy. All right? Bay said, man, you gave us the game. Appreciate that. Time to get to the back. Yeah. Hey, shout out to you, Bay. Right? Bay to a Clay. Right? Shout out to you, man. Shout out to all of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all tapping in, tuning in. All right? Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also remember, right? For all of my OGs, I want you to say it with me. If you knew, I want you to say it with me too. All right? The more you study, the less you worry. All right? How we join the Discord? All y'all got to do is just click the link in the description box for this video. I'll drop the link right here as well. Boom. Right here. All right. Listen, y'all. Join the Discord if you want to. I just put the link in the comment section as well. So yeah, y'all have a great night. All right. Good luck in the market tomorrow, and I'm gonna holler at everybody tomorrow. All right. All of y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.